Check, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the number of perfection. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DJ Delph back again with another reaction. Shout out to my boy via Instagram for sending me this particular video. If you haven't followed your boy already, pause this video, go down to Instagram, follow me on there, and then come back at it so we can have an interesting topic for us to discuss. Because I know I'ma like this. The title is very eye-popping and catching. Many black women don't want a good man. It's gonna piss some people off, honestly. Her name is Lena. She has about 61,000 followers, so it seems she's an up-and-coming YouTuber. I've never heard of her before until now. I've seen this video about 2 minutes in, so I have a glimpse of where she's going with this. But I can tell already some people might not like this. So without further ado, let's hop into this video and let's take some action.
Peace, family. So I started the sisterhood group about a month ago, and everything's going really well. I have over 180 members in it. Only about 100 of them are actually active, but it's really nice. I meet with them twice a week, and I have to go to every meeting because I'm the organizer. But it's really nice. I'm able to meet with women from all different walks of life, different lifestyles, different perspectives, different beliefs, and it's dope. That was purposely done because I did not want to just meet with a bunch of like-minded women, because one of my missions is to help elevate the mentality of the black woman. If I just preach to the choir, I can't do that, you know? I need women that don't think like me so that I can offer them a different perspective and offer them a different way of life. Because like I said, the mentality of a black woman is really important. Like I've said 1,000 times, we raise entire generations and we set the standards for men to adapt to, you know? So that's something that I'm doing with the sisterhood group. And at my most recent meetup, hold on, text message, sorry. At my most recent meetup, there was a topic that came up that I feel like is really important, and it's something that I really want to touch on. So I wanted to talk about it. The topic was black men choose white women over black women because men think black women are too, they said, masculine. They did this as if they aren't really masculine. And they're like, black men think black women are too bitter or too angry or too controlling or whatever. And they said, whereas white women are submissive and they're stupid and they let men do whatever and run over top of them, and they let men just sit around on the couch all day and spend up all their money or whatever. And a black woman is not having that. A black woman is going to tell a black man what he needs to do as a man. And they were saying we have to be masculine as black women because men do not protect us. They do not provide for us. They rather do it for white women. But when it comes to us, we have to be aggressive with them and fuss at them and yell at them to tell them what they need to do in order for them to do these things to us. Like we have.
Okay, so let me pause it. There's some interesting things that she just said just early on in this video. One of the things is, it's funny how these women in this group, they seem to say that feminine women are stupid. They're comparing and they're putting feminine and stupid in the same category. That's far from the truth. Far from the truth. You want to talk about a white woman, right? And she's stupid. What's the whole purpose of any man of that matter dating a white woman if she is stupid? Logically think. Now, the second point is she say masculine. Men think that women are acting masculine as if they're not. But then they go on to say in this group that they say they have to act masculine. So which is it? Are you not acting masculine or are you acting masculine? Which one? You can't have it both ways. So you're contradicting yourself. These women don't even hear themselves in what they're actually saying. So just those two things alone. And another thing, before we continue, white women, You don't think they don't come to their man and have a conversation about something that they may disagree with? You think they just bend over and just say yes to everything he does? No. Even if she's a stay-at-home mom, she's still going to express her own opinion about what might be going on, especially when it's involving with kids. Best believe that white woman is going to go to her husband and tell him the things that he needs to hear. Likewise, he's going to do the same for her. But black women don't want a man to do that. She wants to do that to the man, not the other way around. But let's continue.
Have to raise them up. And so I listened to these women. I understood everything that they were saying, but I asked one of them if she could explain to me her situation, her personal situation. And she was like, yeah, her man, she said, my man sit around at home on a couch all day. He don't do nothing. He don't help me with no bills. All he do is get high all the time. And I be having to tell him, get your ass up off my couch. You're not gonna be sitting in my house all day, every day. You gonna help me. You gonna do things around the house. You gonna help me with these kids. You need to go get a job. You need, and she was just saying, like, she said, sometimes she'll have to tell them, you acting like your damn daddy. You ain't shit. You ain't gonna be shit just like him. You need to do this. You need to do this. And so as she was saying these things, she was kind of giggling. And the other woman in the room, you could tell that they were like, oh my God, me too. They were like giving each other high five, like, girl, yes, me too. I be having to tell my man the same thing. He just like his daddy. He don't do this and he don't do that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And so,
Guys, that's negative influence. At the end of the day, that is absolutely negative influence across the board. It seems that to me that these women seems to be very pervasive. They're all pervasive. And to take it a step further, not only that, for her, Sarah, Lena, it seems that she is in a very indulged situation. It's very like unwelcoming. Like it seems like it's very uncomfortable, and she's just like, why are they doing this? This is just so unbecoming. So unbecoming. And here's the thing. Women need to understand what words are and what it can do to a person. Shout out to my mother. When I grew up with my mother for the vast majority of my life, because I didn't have my father there, my mother, not one time, I could never encounter, not one time, has my mother ever said, you act just like your daddy. Because she understood what it would do to me. She already knew that I had a bias against him. I had a dislike for him because to me, at the age that I was at, I felt like he was not fit to be a father whatsoever. So I didn't have any likeness towards him from the time that I was there. And then after everything just had a great falling, it was just me and my mother. And she never not one time said, you act just like your daddy. You have to understand what words can do to a man. And if you're uttering these words towards your son, that's even worse. It's a disaster to happen. But let's move on.
I listened to them. And after they finished yelling and screaming over top of each other, because that's how a lot of black women talk to each other. Whatever.
Echo chamber.
Finished, I said, it's not wrong to want your man to be a protector and provider. You're not wrong for wanting that. As a woman, all of us should want that from our man, because naturally men were warriors. They were hunters. They were gatherers. These are things that they did. They were protectors and providers by nature. They're leaders, and they provided guidance and all of that stuff by nature. So absolutely, you should want your man to do that. And any man that does not have a natural instinct to do these things, can we actually refer to him as a man? No. So you're not wrong for wanting that. What's wrong, however, is your approach. You are not going to make a man change. You can, however, inspire change in a man, but you're not going to inspire change in him with the approach that you have, by being aggressive with him, by yelling at him, by telling him that he ain't shit, by pointing out all his flaws, by telling him everything that he does wrong, by belittling him, by disrespecting him. None of that is going to make him change. If anything, that is going to make him resent you and make him want a white woman even more. I never try to justify why men want white women because I still feel like that's not an excuse, but that is just one of the reasons why black men do prefer a white woman over black women. Not because white women are stupid and submissive, it's because you are disrespectful and you do not respect him as a man.
Women, I'm going to just say this. I want to throw a statistic out there for you to know. Even despite us as black men disliking the situations that these women put themselves in and the discomfort that they put us in, somehow we still find our ways back to you as the beautiful, black, and bold woman that you are. We somehow find our ways back. 86%, the vast majority of men, there's an 86% marriage rate. Black. Women like to take the 14% of these men that are in like these high value status areas, men that have more option than an average 9-to-5 guy, and they'll sometimes choose someone out there outside their race, white, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, you name it. But most men, 86% of the time, find themselves back into the black woman and get married to her. That's what they do. They want to be married to a black woman. They just don't understand why the black women do these things, and these women wonder why they're the angry black woman. Because you feel like you have to be masculine. You don't. It's just the man that you're choosing. You're choosing the wrong man. And guys, for the man, you don't need no woman to inspire you. To me, inspiration and motivation is pointless. That's the one thing that I've learned from one of my mentors. You don't need inspiration and motivation because that is nothing but a feeling. That's all it is. How many times have you went to an event or somewhere, you had this inspiration, and then when you left the event, you went back to doing the same things you was doing in the past? It's a feeling. It comes and it goes. Determination and dedication is what you need. That's what you guys need, okay? You don't need no one to inspire you to get to where you, as men, want to be. But let's move on.
Now, the next question I had for this woman was, did she have sex with her man? And she was like, well, yeah, of course, I still have needs. This is where I got a little irked and things got a little awkward because this is an issue with the black community, with black women in general. You're going to sit around and talk about everything he does wrong. He don't do this right. He don't do that right. He don't protect. He don't provide. He lazy. He ain't got no drive, no ambition, no goals, no nothing. Yet he's in your house. You're giving him money to buy weed and you're having sex with him.
Uh-oh.
If you have no standards, what makes you think he is going to live up to them? You got to have standards first, honey. Why is he even, how do you even get wet for a man with no drive, no goals, no ambition, no nothing? How? Why are you even accepting him in your home? Why? Where are your standards? You know what I mean? And that is one of the issues. We allow these men to get everything that a good man is deserving of. Our attention, our love, our sex, our body, all of that, our minds. We give all of that, all this energy to these men that we say that aren't good men. But why? Why would you do that? Why would he change if he's already getting everything that he wants from you? It's no reason for him to change. You're not giving him a reason to change. You're giving him everything he wants, right? And then I had to just think about it for a second because I could feel the room was getting heated, but I didn't care. And I had to just be real. And the real fact of the matter is, A lot of sisters do not want good men. They prefer these type of brothers that don't have goals, that don't have a good job, that don't have drive, that don't have ambition, that aren't good protectors, that lack in these areas where a man should be plentiful in. They go for these type of men instead of a good man, because when they have this type of brother, they can tell him everything he's doing wrong. They can belittle him. They can disrespect and like that. That's why when they were talking about it, they were laughing, they were giggling, they were giving each other high five. Like, yes, I talk to my man like that too. I have to tell my man that too. Ha ha ha. They think it's funny because they like the idea that they feel superior over their man. They like feeling like they are in control of him. They like that position of authority, of power. They like being able to say, get the fuck up off my couch. I'm about to kick you out my house. You need to do this. You ain't shit. They like being able to talk to men like that. They like that. But if the role was reversed and they did have a good man, now they can't talk to him like that. They can't be disrespectful to him. Now they actually have to watch their mouth. Now they have to level up. Now they might actually have to be submissive. Hold up. This is one of the reasons why women prefer those type of men over good men. Because a good man is a man that is plentiful in all these areas where these other men lack. The brothers that you do pay attention to, they lack in these areas where good men actually have this stuff. You know, they have the goal, the ambition, the drive. If they don't have a lot of money, they're working towards it. You know what I mean? They are protectors. They are leaders. They provide guidance and all this, the knowledge and the strategic planning and all this other stuff that comes with being a good, strong, masculine black man. They have all of this. So now he can actually turn around and tell you where you lack as a female.
Before she continued, I felt like I know where she's going with this. Women, and this is something I've always had a question about. Why do women feel like they're oppressed? I just don't understand. Women feel like in America, when there's far worse happening in other countries, women feel like they're oppressed here. If you're oppressed, then how is it that you're secretly running the world? You can't be oppressed and running the world at the same time. You're being controlling over your man because you feed off of that negative toxicness. It is, I believe that these women are deliberate. Not only in the conversations that they're having with Sarah, in this group, but I believe they're being deliberate and very intentional to their man. They want to actually do these things. Very intentional about it. Purposely. And it's like they want to bestow this negative energy onto a man. And I just don't understand why they feed off of that. It's like being toxic is fun. How? When you know there's problems and there's drama and people just love drama. This whole love and hip hop world, it's beyond me. And to me, if you are bestowing a negative impact onto your man, you now create, if he wasn't toxic before, you now could create him into being a toxic person. And once y'all break up, which is destined to fail, now he's taking that toxicness potentially to someone else. And now that woman is trying to figure out, why are all men like this? Because of what that woman might have did to that man. And vice versa, what the man might have did to the woman. See, on this channel, I'm not just going to be calling out the women. I'm calling out the men too. But where I believe she's going with this is that if there is a good man that she sees that she's with, and he has a good amount of those boxes checked, got a good income, got goals, visions for himself, aspirations, he's spontaneous, all those things, and he starts to check his woman, oh my God, he's controlling. He's a narcissist. Like, you can do it as a woman, but a man can't. That's funny. But let's see what she say.
Feminine woman. He can say, you're not feminine enough. You're not nurturing enough. You're not affectionate enough. You're not sexual enough. You don't have sex enough. You're not sensual enough. You're not creative enough. You don't teach your children enough. You don't cook decent meals enough. You don't keep this house clean enough. And if a man tells you that, now, oh my goodness, he is controlling. He's a misogynist. He is a chauvinist.
Misogynist.
But it's okay for you to point out everything that a man does wrong. It's okay for you to tell him what he needs to do. It's okay for you to point out all his flaws and tell him all the areas he lacks as a man, but a man can't do that to you. That is a problem with black women, and we need to stop that.
Sarah, we see eye to eye. Sarah, look at me. We see eye to eye on this. Don't let them tell you otherwise.
It is a huge problem. And a man that is a good man, he has standards. He's going to want you to do better. The same way you're going to want your no good brother to do better. He's going to want you to do better too. Because he has options. And that's another thing. Another reason why sisters don't want good men. Because good men have options. And they understand that these women these options, they're good women. But the brother that's not a good man, his options are not women. They're the type of woman that you would say are no competition, right? So you don't have nothing to worry about with him. You feel like he only gonna be with some type of bummy chick, you think. But with a good man, he has some real good options. So you got to level up. That means you got to do some work with yourself. You have to change some things. You have to improve in some areas. You have to elevate. If sisters don't really, they not trying to really work on nothing. This whole feminist movement have made women feel like they're just perfect. Nothing they do is wrong. It's all on a man. So when you do have a good man that's like, oh no, you need to work on this. You need to work on that. They don't like that. Now they feel inferior. Now they feel inadequate. No, they like to feel like they're perfect. They like to feel like they're the ones in control. So that's why they go for this man that don't have nothing, that doesn't do all the things that they want them to do. They lack standards. And I'm not even going to say they lack standards. They may have them, but they prefer this man that doesn't have everything going on. Because they just like being able to belittle him, and they like being disrespectful because they can't disrespect the good man. They can't talk down on him. And I don't think that a good man should disrespect or talk down on anybody, because my man is a good man. And if you ever talk to him, if he ever says anything about our relationship, he'll probably tell y'all that I'm a crybaby and that I'm very spoiled, because I am. And just a few weeks ago, I just bust out crying because of his approach. And that's why I feel like the approach of women should not be harsh. The approach of man shouldn't be either, because I just bust up crying. I was just like, you always focus on everything bad I do. You never talk about anything good I do. And I was just crying really hard. And he tried to explain to me that, like, a coach is not going to go horse for a player with no potential, but he's going to go hard for that one that he knows is good, that he knows has something that can be better, that has something in them, right? And I had to explain, I'm not a football player. I'm a woman with Felix, So, and he is changing his approach, but the reason that he does this is because he wants me to elevate. He knows who I can be, what I can be. And that's how good men are. They want you to improve. It's easy when you have a bunch of yes men that's in a movement, a feminist movement that just tells you everything you do is right.
All right, guys. So there you have it. I'm going to stop the video right here. Shout out to this girl right here, this woman. Let me correct myself. This fantastic woman, Sarah Lena. Keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing, Sarah. Push this to as many women as you can. Women need to hear this. They don't want to hear it, but they need to. People lack accountability in today's world, especially women. We have allowed and we have enabled women to do anything and everything, to say whatever they want, and we praise them for it and never hold them to an accountability for the actions that they have taken. The world is starting to shift. The world is starting to say, yo, this is no more. You can't continue to keep doing this. A lot of men are picking this up and they're speaking out on this. That, what she just described, is a good man. Ain't no good man finna just go horse on anybody. If he sees potential in you, he sees that you are about something, he go on you, because he knows where you can be as a wife, as a mother, as a cousin, as a sister. He knows the type of person that he knows the level, the reach in which you can hop to, if that makes sense. Okay? Women, you have to work on yourselves. It's too many times they don't mind going to college and doing all this homework and all this stuff. But then when they get into the real world, they making all this money. You women will work like a horse to go get that job out there into the real world. But when it comes to the relationship, I don't owe you nothing. I don't need to work for nothing. You work for me. That's not the way it works, Mel. That's not the way it works. If you go hard in college, go hard on a relationship. If you want to be so badly in a relationship and have a family and have kids, you have to go hard in both. Go hard in life in general. Work on yourself. People have all these New Year's resolutions each and every year. That's why I don't believe what anybody says when oh yeah, I'm going to change this year. 3 days in a workout, as a prime example. All of a sudden, the 4th day, they back to eating the burgers and fries. I never understood it. Don't say it. Just do it. Don't say it. Just do it. Take action and duplicate what you have been informed on. Duplication of information. That's all it is. But at the end of the day, guys, shout out to this girl again, Sarah Lena. Go to her channel, subscribe, like her videos. Finish the rest of this video. This is a really good video. Other than that, stay determined, be effective, and have the fortitude to go through anything no matter what. Okay? If you take action, it's not no believe and receive. It's take action. And you will get to where you ultimately want to become and get to. Okay? If you take action, you will ultimately be able to get to where you want to be in life. But it starts with action. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace!